I'm at the headquarters in Dallas. Arrived here in the van. As you can tell, I loaded the first official fridge into the van. I guess it's Virgin flight, or I don't know what they call it. I don't want to say popped its cherry. I think that's kind of nasty, but that's exactly what happened. Right now, I'm just turning off my trucks. I warmed them up, turned them on, and now I'm turning them all off. Whew. Been a really long day, and I'm here at the warehouse because I had to pick up and clean up a little. I'll show you that. Let me turn off the Hummer. So it's a bit quieter now. I'll need help moving those two, but I grabbed 3 fridges today. There's the 3 fridges. I actually had 4. There's only 3. What happened? Oh, maybe it's still in the truck. I'm not sure. Oh no, I removed 4. That's right. Okay. So let's talk about the new truck that I got, and that is the Econoline. No, it's not an Econoline. It's an Express. It's a Chevrolet Express truck, which is really, really cool. I just realized it said Express there. So 17 years ago, when I first originally started this business, I had a truck like this, but it extended out to here. It was about 4 feet longer, 3 feet longer, something like that. And it was called an extended Econoline van, and this is an Express. So this is their version. This is Chevrolet's version of the Econoline. It's an Express, okay? And it's not extended. Why did I buy that vehicle? I have too many vehicles that I don't use already. Well, here's the problem with these trucks, right? Is that when I go and I lug this thing around, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm lugging it around. It is a big old truck, right? I mean, you're traveling down the highway to go pick up a fridge or something small, do a trampoline removal. I can remember a few months ago, I went to go do a junk removal, right? And let me take this off. And I went to go do a junk removal. And while I was there, I picked up a satellite dish. I picked up a washer and dryer and a trampoline, and I made over 450 bucks. And I was driving this truck, and all the trash was just right here. It was like in this little section. I didn't have anything in the truck. And I remember having to turn it on, warm it up, turn it on. I just left it on at the last job, and I was just thinking, golly, I gotta lug this thing like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the 450 Super Duty is awesome on fuel, but I'll tell you what's not awesome on fuel is this one. The F350 Super Duty, yeah, it is not great on fuel. This thing eats up fuel like it's going out of style. And I don't use this that much. And the reason is, it started throwing out white smoke about 3 months ago when I used it, and I said, I'm gonna park it and I'll take it to the mechanic shop after the haunted house is over. All right, this truck right here is a great truck. It's a great truck. The problem is it uses a lot of fuel, a lot of diesel. So I just stuck to that truck and kept that truck for a while, and I used to switch out with this one and this one all the time. Now, where's the F550? The F550 is at the Fort Worth headquarters, okay? And I use that one in Fort Worth, which is about 80% of the use of that van, the Express van. That's what I'm gonna do with that. And of course, you have the Hummer, okay? The Hummer is a only local use of a vehicle. If it's less than 10 miles, no, not really, not 10, less than 5 miles, I'll go do a job in it. People love it when I pull up in that thing. People are like, what, you have a Hummer? Yeah, we have a Hummer, military Hummer too. And they love that vehicle. It's a great vehicle. It holds so much in the back of it, it holds so much. So, they have that option too. But now, I have this, the Express van, 2500 Express Chevrolet 6.6 liter V8 gas truck. You know what I like about this truck? You can start it, you don't have to warm it up, you just go. Start it and just go. You do not have to warm up this vehicle. And I love that about that vehicle. I love that about this vehicle. I used to have one when I first started out junk removal 17 years ago, and I ended up giving it to the guys in Houston, Junk Guys Houston. I I drove the truck. That was my first truck. My father actually gifted it to me. I didn't have to pay my father $1, not $1. He gifted it to me. And it was not an old truck. It was a nice truck. It was maybe about 6, 7 years old. Had about 150,000 miles on it that my dad put on. He just gave it to me. It was a Ford F-350. Oh, I'm sorry, a Dodge 3500. Boy, that truck was the best truck I ever owned. By far, that van was the best truck, the best van I ever owned. And now I want to do it again. My dad's sins has passed, and I got another truck. Guess how much I paid for that at the auction? $3,000. It has a little under 100,000 miles, 99,890 miles that I put on it. That's on it, and I probably put it over 100,000 right now. I probably did that, but I got that vehicle for $3 grand from the auction. The auction was Monday. I paid for it on Tuesday. I picked it up today, and I'm really satisfied. I'm happy about it. I am very glad that it happened. Now I can travel long distances with these vehicles. I can go beyond the 40-mile mark. I don't have to lug this big boy around unless I do a house clean out, which I do have an eviction on next what do you say, the 10th and the 19th. I have 2 evictions coming up, the 10th and the 19th. And I'll take the big trucks. But if it's just a single item, which is my specialty, is single items, then guess what? I'm gonna drive that van right there. I love it, dude. It's so cool. I've only driven it today. I drove it to Frisco. I drove it to Fort Worth, and I'm back in Dallas. It drives so smooth. Now, the thing I didn't like about it is when they gave it to me, it had no oil in it. So that was disappointing. I was like, man, I hope I didn't blow a seal, but I didn't because it's not leaking or anything. Rides so smooth. AC and a heater. Oh boy. Let's talk about the bad part about it. Okay, here's the bad part. See that bumper, how it's kind of messed up? Yeah, I'm gonna spray paint that and make it look better. See? Yeah, it looks like crap. Yeah. I'm gonna spray paint it and make it look a lot better. And the other thing, it's got rust up there. See the rust? Yeah, okay. I asked the guy why it rusted. He said it was under a tree and the leaves fell on the tree that were wet. They stayed wet. They rusted the top and kind of frustrated, but he said this. And another truck, the other truck was his most solid truck in the 18 fleet van that they had. They have a fleet of 18 vans that they use. They said there was 2 trucks. This one was the second best one, but the first one got sold to somebody else. And I asked him how much it got sold. He said $4,500. I was like, damn, not bad, but I wouldn't have paid it. $3,000. I'm actually really satisfied. Really satisfied. See, guys, I've always wanted a vehicle that I could travel far with. I always needed something that I could move quick in, and guess what? I finally got it. A vehicle that is a gas vehicle. I've always been a con person about gas vehicles, but I got one, and let's see how it does on fuel. You know, I know this truck is my #1 truck in fuel. This truck is so awesome in fuel. It'll last me 4 days with diesel, just traveling the whole Metroplex. 4 days. Where the other one won't do that. So I'm gonna go home now, guys. Today, I went to the headquarters in Fort Worth. I've been to the headquarters in Dallas. I went to, geez, I don't even know what I did today. Hell, you'll see in the video because I showed in the video. Anyway, I'm using a different camera, by the way. This is my older camera, but I wanted to use it because I saw it and it was a full charge and then it ran out of charge. And I was like, this kind of sucks. It's the DJI 2 Pro camera. Yeah, it didn't work out for me that great. You know, guys, people will tell you to buy vehicles, specific kind of vehicles for your junk removal service. And let me tell you, the best vehicle I've ever owned was a van, and that was 17 years ago when I first started. And the second vehicle I ever owned was this one. I also had a 7.3 that was really cool, 2002 model, 2001 model. That was a great truck. But they were both older vehicles, and I loved them both. They were both good vehicles. Yeah. A lot of people are gonna say things that haven't used vehicles for a long time. They just bought a vehicle and, oh, it's the best vehicle in the world. I've had these vehicles for years. I mean, I think I've had this one for like 4 years. The one in the back, I've had it for 5. The 550, I had it like 6 or 7 years. I've owned vans before, so I know they're good vans. We're gonna try out this Chevrolet, see how it runs, and see what I can do with it. For $3,000, not so shabby. Anyway, see you on a few, guys. Thanks for staying tuned. Don't forget, subscribe, like my videos, or any of that other stuff. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for following me throughout the day. Bye-bye.